Welcome back, folks, to Let's Replay Albion. And when last we left off, the high knowledge is in our possession, which means that Khamulon is finally over. Nevermore will we need to step through those same grey corridors, fighting those same encounters over and over again. Look at all of the greenery, look at the vibrancy, look at the life that Albion has. This is the Albion that I know and love, and while Khamulon is a part of Albion, it's a very, very long and samey part of Albion that really drags down the pace of the game. And if it had been shorter, it most certainly would have been better. I think using recuperation here, yep, a brilliant idea. We still have one more thing we need to get, and that is the secrets of metal magic. And the only place we can get that is the city of the metal makers, Umajo. And while I don't think they're going to hand that over to us immediately, they're probably going to be more reasonable about negotiating for it than the Kenget Kamulos. And that right there is the understatement of the century. Because I think anyone that we've encountered, even some of the villains like Kontos, are more reasonable than the Kenget Kamulos. Alright, over we go to Umajo. There we go. We have Siobhan with us for the time being because we no longer have Khunag. Siobhan won't be hanging around for too long, but it's always good to show off a character when you get the opportunity to. Khunag we'll be never seeing again. I never really used Khunag enough, and to be honest, I think having another frontline warrior, even if Siobhan can only currently use one attack around, is a good thing. Now, we can do a number of things while we're in Umajo. We actually want to go here first, but we can go over to the Miners Guild and do something that we'll need to do anyway beforehand. It will save us some time in the long run. I think we need to navigate over here and into here. There we go. Eventually, we'll be asked to find a sort of magic phrase. And the only way we can do that is by listening in to a ritual that takes place within the mines. And I accidentally opened the main menu rather than opening the door. That was silly. And to figure out this incantation, we're going to need to go into here. And this is a stealth section of the game. I believe it's better if I go in there alone. The miners have forbidden us to enter the tunnels. I have a better chance of getting in by myself. And so Tom is now alone, and we need to be sneaky. Let's be not sneaky, shall we? Hello, how are you? In fact, we'll say hello. There we go. What are you looking for here? You can look around the guild, but not here. Please leave the tunnel immediately. I'm sorry, I have to run. And run Tom did. That did not work whatsoever. Let's try that again, shall we? And fail once more, as there's some interesting dialogue. You again? You should really take this more seriously. When we are carrying out our ritual, there must be absolutely no disturbances. No one is allowed here apart from the miners, especially not strangers. Pardon me, I will leave immediately. And you can do that one more time as well. And what a surprise, he gets even angrier. We will drive you right out of the city if you're spying on us. Please excuse me, I'm still somewhat disorientated, but now I will leave you in peace and return to the guild house. Up to now I've been caught every time. I saw a good niche on the right. I'll try to hide there. And that is what you need to do. You need to hide over here. But not too long, because if you let him hang around for too long, somebody else will come up here and they will spot you. But he'll go up here, and then down, and when he comes back down, then is the opportunity to sneak past him, like this, into another alcove over here. You don't want this person to spot you either. He'll eventually walk up, and this person will walk up and down a few times. He doesn't look at any of the niches, but the person who's coming up from behind most certainly does. And now we want to go over here very quickly and hang around here. Now that we're in this niche, we're not going to be spotted whatsoever. I mean, he could probably see us from his peripheral vision, but he doesn't look right for some reason. And that person never had an opportunity to spot us whatsoever. There is someone coming over here, and he will go up and then down there to check that niche, but he won't look over here, which is important. There is an opportunity you have if you come out of here too early to hear some words, but not the right one. I checked to see if anyone was following me. I'm sure we're alone now and can begin the ceremony. I ask for absolute quiet and concentration. After some time, the mountain priest throws up his arms and speaks strangely. The other two stare with great concentration into the flames of the fire. The priest extends both of his arms and glances upward. Finally, he slowly lowers his head and glances at the tips of his toes as he shouts, "Umajo Danu!" At first, it is quiet. The ceremony appears to be over, and Tom decides to leave quickly before the miners notice him. We have now figured out what we need to find out. I found out the secret word of the ceremony. I hope it's the right one. It is the right one. You can find out the incorrect one, and then you have to come all the way back here and try again. But doing this now is quite important for saving time, and we don't want to go in there, we want to go into here. Not surprisingly, all of the doors have shut behind us, because we just leave all the doors open everywhere we go, and that's just rather rude. We now want to head to the area where we previously couldn't make any headway because nobody would let us in. But now we have something very important to talk about, and so they will let us in. Hello there, none shall pass, man. None shall pass. But we have an important reason, rather. The future of your people may depend on it. That sounds pretty important. Okay, we'll let you through. But I warn you, if you're lying, we'll get you for it. You are quite possibly the easiest guards to fool ever. You can't come in, but we have a really important reason. Oh, alright then, but no shenanigans. And then shenanigans happened. Let's go and talk to everyone, shall we? Where is Cotilla now? If you don't keep an eye on the little ones all the time, I told her she should stay here. If you see her, please tell her to come home immediately. She has to take a bath. Oh, I'm sure we will, don't worry. We're probably never going to see her. Let's talk to you, shall we? Scheme it in. Has anyone shown you the accommodations here? In the middle part of the building, you'll find the different conference rooms. In the northwest, there is a dormitory. In the southwest, the kitchen and its supply rooms. You could also get a little bite to eat there if you're hungry. In the eastern part of the building, there are the guest rooms. There's a washroom and some beds. The exit is located in the middle corridor. Well, we did just use the exit to get into here, so at least we know where that is. Apologies for the interruption there. Let's go and talk to this person, shall we? Good day. I've already heard from the guards that you've come here on an urgent matter. Have you seen Sir Jakos yet? He is the chief here. In any case, you should go to him. We will go to Sir Jakos eventually, but right now we're going to talk to everyone else first, starting with you, small child. Hello. I am the ultimate supreme chief director of Umajo Kenta, and I order you to bow down before me. All of you, faces to the ground. And I herewith find you guilty of disobedience and condemn you all to the death penalty, which is to be carried out immediately. I don't think you're the ultimate supreme chief director of Umajo Kenta somehow. A woman's voice is heard from the next room. Prachukas, you've played enough today. Now come back in here. You still have to take a bath. No, I don't want to take a bath. We always have to take baths. It's so horrible. Mummy, I'm still very clean since the last bath. I'd rather play the ultimate supreme chief for a while. You come in here right now, immediately. I guess I'm gonna have to take a bath or she'll get really mad. And off that person goes to take a bath. We'll go talk to you now. Hello. Tomorrow our cookie's making more sweet cakes. I love sweet cakes. They do sound very nice indeed. There appears to be no one else in here, so we'll just explore around a bit and see if we can find anybody else to talk to. I think there was, a door over here that we could go to. Hello, you. How are you? Najar? Well, I don't know what you want of me, Najar. We don't want to disturb you. Najar? Najar. Schemadin. Hello. How are you? You appear to be thinking about something completely different, and we'll just leave you to it. That was a really funny guy. Was he? I'm not so sure. I mean, he just seemed to be concentrating on something. I don't want a bath. I don't want one. I had a bath 10 days ago. I can't. I'm not going. She won't find me. I can hide really well, but please don't say you saw me here. We may have to say that we saw you here because you most likely need a bath. And there's somebody else over here that we can talk to as well, if we can navigate our way around. Oh, we don't need to. But, Mummy, I've already had a bath today. Oh, you're not Mummy. Who are you? You must be the important visitors. My information passes by quickly here. Very quickly indeed. Maybe we should go and say that, that person who's trying to hide away is over there. and doesn't want to have a bath. By the way, having a bath more often than every 10 days is probably a very good idea. Alright, let's go and talk to you, shall we? Can we relay that information? I don't think we can. We need to go to the important room, which is over here. There are a few people we can talk to, but the most important person is sat down there at the table. Hello, you. Skimadin. May I present myself? Piyuko is my name. I'm the representative of Sojekos. But since he is in now, you should go directly to him if you have a request. And we do. We need to talk to him about some very important stuff indeed. I've got not time. I've got to do all the bookkeeping for this season. Don't you mean you've got no time? But either way, I understood you perfectly well. We could grab those throwing knives and stab, but we're not going to. There's really no need to. And we could talk to you. So I need 2 more spice flies and jabber paste. Oh darn, I haven't mixed that yet. Could you please get out of my way? You're always under my feet. Would you like to have a little something to eat? Indeed we would. Enjoy it. And I think he gave us some free rations, which is always a good thing. And now we're going to talk to the important person here, the person that hopefully we're going to be able to negotiate with, rather than what happened in Khamulon, where we ended up in prison, and then breaking out, and then fighting for many hours on end. Welcome. I hope you have come for an important reason, since my time is valuable. How can I help you? Hello, Sojekos. How are you? We would like to give you an important message. Good. Then tell me. And so Tom begins to relate the most important events of a long story. Although he tries to keep it short, it still takes a fairly long time. Sojekos listens attentively and doesn't interrupt once, which is a good sign. Tom tells about the Earth, the Toronto, and the visit here with his new friends. He also tells about his change of mind and the dangers which now threaten the world. He describes the urgency of the situation very clearly, and Sojekos appears to understand the seriousness of the situation. Maybe Tom has finally learned that he needs to be a little more upfront about this information about the world being in extreme peril. Well, I've never heard such a story before. However, since I've already heard a lot about you, and since the most important points in your description match with my information, by the way, I've seen the spaceship land, even if I didn't know it at the time, and you don't seem to be a bunch of lunatics, I believe you. You can count on my full support, and that is some brilliant news. Finally something is going our way, and also it's a good thing that he doesn't think that we're a bunch of lunatics. Imagine if he was just like, well, you know what, you sound a bit crazy. Into the dungeon with you, and then more fighting. But no, Sojekos is a very reasonable person, which is brilliant. So now you want to know how metal can be destroyed with magic. Unfortunately, I must confess that I do not have this knowledge, but there are people here who are familiar with it. We can now ask about his profession. What is your profession? I'm in control of all official business in the city, the person they turn to during crises and conflicts. In addition, I'm responsible for the city treasury. The treasury, eh? Well, we can't ask about any of that information, so we'll just ask about the knowledge of destroying metal with magic. The people I'm talking about are hard to reach. Under normal circumstances, they would never give you the knowledge, because for us, knowledge is an asset we don't normally hand over to strangers. And that does make a lot of sense, but what are these circumstances? But in this case, the situation is quite different. We're very happy you're ready to help us, and the matter is so important to us that we will give you the knowledge you need. Which is also brilliant. The person who can help you is named Kosoto. Can you remember the name? Oh, we can remember the name. And we're going to ask about it too. Good. Kosoto is an equipment maker, but he's almost never in the guild. He would never teach you this magic if I wouldn't force him to. Fortunately, he respects me, and he will do what I tell him to, even if he doesn't like it. Kosoto has to see an advantage for himself in everything he does, otherwise he won't do it. However, he is not stupid, and certainly will understand that this is of great use to everyone here. Immediately after this discussion, I will send someone to inform Kosoto. You must go to him, since I don't know in what form he will give you this knowledge. Do you know where he stays? We don't know where he stays, but you'll find out momentarily that something we did earlier will be quite important now. Kosoto is almost always in the equipment maker's old research cellars. You know, the place that we got the key for earlier. He doesn't like to be disturbed, so you'll find him in the most remote corner. Visit him and he will help you. I would like to thank you in the name of all citizens in Umajo, Kenta. Although you're not entirely innocent, after all, some of you did come here with that hostile spaceship. I consider you to be friends, since you understand that you were wrong. Now go and find Kosoto. And now we have a quest. We need to go and find someone in that cellar in the Equipment Makers Guild, which means we need to go and solve that puzzle concerning the spikes on the floor and the switches. But to do that, we're going to have to go into the Equipment Makers Guild and go back into the cellar. Here we go! Off to the cellar we go! Hello, you! How are you? Are you well? We could have a conversation with you, but I really don't think we need to. I think we've already spoken with you. And so, I don't know if we need the key to open it again. Maybe we do. The answer is that we don't. And now we are back here into the cellar, and we're definitely going to save here, because the last thing we want to have happen is for something terrible to occur. There we go, we'll just save over here. And saving has been done. What we need to do is not what I was doing before. We need to go and find a particular set of switches. And we need to ignore all of the spikes that are currently on the floor, and pick up a few items that will be very useful later on. We'll just ignore this door. I don't think we can open it. No, we cannot. We'll just head up here, which is one of these side passages that we're not going to be doing anything with. And there should be another one a little further up. Where is that passageway? There's one over there. We're going to ignore that one as well. What we need to find is we need to find two very important items, and one of them is an item that really I shouldn't have got rid of in the first place, but there we go, a room full of swords and knives. Some are broken already. That is an important piece of information. We are going to need to grab this. We're going to have to go and grab a hammer. But more importantly, we need to go and get a hold of another bucket. Yes, indeed, this is another dungeon where a bucket is very essential. You know what isn't essential? A broom. We don't need a broom. The hint here about using the hammer is a very important one. It's easy to beat the knives back with a hammer and clear the way. There we go. That's what we specifically need to do, but we may not be able to do it with these ones over here. What we need to do, I think, is open the way to the treasure chest that is surrounded by spikes, and if I'm lucky, I'll have already flipped the switches in the right order, admittedly completely randomly before, to be able to move those spikes out of the way. Have I managed to do that? Let's see if that works, shall we? Can we do it? We can do it, which is excellent. We want to go, I think, over here and follow the spikes along so that we can make our way over to that treasure chest and open it, and we won't have any problems opening it whatsoever. Mainly because we have an amazing amulet that will help us in that endeavor. It would be easier if we had Joe with us, but I'm not even sure if you can have Joe at this point. I haven't checked, and besides, we'll have plenty of opportunity to level up Joe eventually. Alright, down these corridors, which at least aren't grey and bland and full of Animal 2 encounters. We have defeated many of the encounters in here. They don't respawn, which is reassuring. Alright, up here we go, and maybe we can destroy these ones. Yes, we can, and we need to be able to do so. Unfortunately, we have to use the hammer every single time, but it never runs out of charges because it's a hammer, and it's very sturdy indeed. There we go, I think we can reach this now, and we can reach it, and it is not locked, which is even better. There is a cellar map here, which is good, we'll be holding on to that. There's an axe, I suppose we can sell that later. 35 bolts, which we'll definitely hold on to. There is a lockpick, might as well carry that. There is a metal helmet, that might have saved us a bit of money in the long run. 18 gold, I suppose that's something to hold on to, and a door key. The door key is very important. We definitely need that. And I've no idea, or rather can't remember, which of the switches specifically I had to flip to get that situation, because until you pull the right ones, you can't hammer these things in. I could have actually started to explore this area, but there wouldn't have been any point, because wouldn't have been able to have talked to a Kosoto. Wouldn't have had any reason to. He certainly wouldn't have wanted to have a conversation with us, and I don't think going this way has any particular purpose. It is worth having a look though, just in case. I mean, the worst case scenario is that we find a woven basket with absolutely nothing in it. Anything up here apart from a corridor of nothing? There is an encounter, hello! It's been— oh, this is a big one. Also, our order is all over the place. I'm definitely going to have to move this around eventually. I think we're going to use a frost avalanche, why break with tradition? There we go. And once we've done that, we might as well move Siobhan up here, actually. And there we go. This encounter is already pretty much over. Back to having encounters with Warnakes and even some Skrin, maybe. But definitely not animals in vast quantities. And look at how powerful the Frost Avalanche is. The 182s don't even survive the Frost Avalanche part of it. Well, not always anyway, that one certainly didn't. And goodbye, Warnake 3 there. I think we can quite safely just start killing all of these. There we go. I'm not even sure if Siobhan will be able to get a chance to hit any of them. There we go. That one is gone. That one is gone. That one is gone. That one is gone. And that is just how ridiculous we are as a party. Just how absurd? That absurd is the answer. There we go. We'll just have an attack there. And an attack there. That one is gone. Siobhan, you could try and deal with that one. And we might as well just have an attack there. That will probably do. There we go, that one is gone, and that one is gone, and Harriet already has 2 attacks around, which is brilliant. Dra is level 30, Syrah is level 32, which is really good. Level 32 is fantastic. We'll hold on to these. There is an item in a Marsha Kenta that we actually want to get, which is a, there is another crystal throwing axe, and having 3 of them isn't a terrible thing. Also, I don't think there's any reason to exploring here whatsoever. Might as well use the recuperation spell here and get a little bit more trading with it. Is there anything over here that's even worth exploring? The answer is, I really don't think so. That is a lot of encounters. But we might as well fight them. So when we come back, folks, fighting all of them. There's a lot of encounters there. It's a good thing that we have a lot of mana and everything that we need to deal with that. Oh, it's a good thing indeed. But I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later. Sometimes exploring isn't good, and here's one of those examples. Oh, here is one of those examples. Later.